Part two, 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 two.
20 something scribbles, catching lessons in the night, living loud, learning proud, got my future inside. Yeah, yeah. Notebook open, got the word on the page.
If you couldn't tell, that's the water dance. So make me sweat. Or not. Anywho, let's see what this angle is like. Honestly, we should not start with the angle, yeah. I like this angle. I prefer this angle over the other two, but it's a learning process, and now I know what I like, yeah, and how I want it to look. So we covered finances, SLB, all of that in part one. So part two, we're gonna cover how to survive and succeed at UWI. So this is after you apply, you go your orientation, and it's time to get done in the books them, because the truth is university time is time to get done in the books them, right? So if you're used to do one little scribble and study overnight and you pass, it probably not gonna work here unless you're a genius. And we know so genius is out there, but imagine if you can do that and pass, you would want to do more and excel. You get what I'm saying? Let's start on that note. So I have 10 points here that can help you with your time at UWI. Mainly academic pointers, studying pointers, and tips based on my experiences, lived and learned, and tried and true. Mistakes made, classes failed. So those are my credentials. I've been through it. I've done the opposite, and I've done the things that I'm going to tell you now, and I've seen results. So let's get into it. Firstly, is study the same day of class. That's my tip for any class. It doesn't matter if it's easy, if it's just theory. Because, for instance, for me, theory is extremely easy. For some people, it might be maths. Even if you say it easy, all the better. When you go home, or if you have a class, a 2 hour class, 10 to 12 in the morning, and then you don't have another class until 3, get yourself your lunch, probably rest a little bit, time yourself, and then you get to the books. I recommend going to the library. The library has a silent area, which is the lab. And there's also, so there are computers in one section that's closed off, quiet area, tables over one section, one part, where you can study, and there are no computers, no screens to distract you, but it's a quiet area. Review the lecture notes the same day, especially if it's a math class, a math course, specifically statistics. Intro to statistics is not an easy course, and I know people probably do more difficult courses, the more advanced stats courses, but I'm just telling you, introduction to statistics is not an easy course to do. Anything you learn, practice one question same day. Just do that, refresh your memory. Don't let it be a case where 1 week before exams, that's when you're practicing. Everything now go stick. You might depend on the paper and you see do something you know it, but because if it wasn't somewhere you practice and practice and practice, you don't really know. You probably know say one number for go over this, so but you don't remember where the letter for go. 2. Use lecture hours effectively. Your lecturers will have something known as lecture hours, which you can go to their office hours, I should say. It's office hours. Use your office hours effectively. Maybe if you never remember something in the class, and it's a class of 200 students, and you know so in the class you're not gonna get it, because you're somebody who you need a one-on-one, or you need to hear it more than once to get it. Some people, when they hear it one time, I that it click. You might need to hear it 5 times. Go to the office hour and speak with the lecturer on parts that you probably didn't understand. Also, read ahead. So when you go in the class, it's not the first time you're seeing or hearing the information. My advice, create a study timetable. Create a study timetable with the days and the time. Just like when you have your school timetable, work it out in between then. So you know your timetable stay for your lecturers and your tutorials, put your study times in between them. If you're somebody who works better in an environment like school, do that. If you work better when you reach home, do that. But after classes, still review. Just don't go down. You don't have to go down in an integrity until you reach home. You can also have study groups and study dates. I am on a study date right now. I'm filming this, but I'm on a study date, a solo study date with myself. I have my books and things that I'm gonna do after I'm finished with this because exams are fastly approaching. So yeah. And you can do it as a group too. And that's fun. You come at the park, you don't have to clock up in the school, you don't have to clock up in your yard. You come at the park, it's open. Afterwards, treat yourself to an ice cream or go one little restaurant if you can, buy one bag juice, something, sweet up in the mouth. But you're out in the open, you vibe. Creating memories same time, but yeah, get your education in. And use tutor sites as well. So I remember last term is when I actually learned about tutoring sites. Like that's something that the students use. If I can find it, I'm going to include it in the video and show you how to use it. So you would pay a student or somebody that's offering tutoring services for like a math course, any course that's upcoming, usually around exam time. They will have some courses, and it might be all night, a 5 hour course, a 5 hour revision session. You pay them 1 5, whatever their charge is, and you can access tutoring services. There's also a site that lets you access UA past papers. It's UA link. I can show you that as well. So you can go to UA link to access the past papers if you wish and study and try. Because sometimes, the questions repeat and it might not be the same, but it might be similar. Either way, the content is the same. So practice practice over the essay then. Practice the all right, you see that paper they say 2 hours for the one essay. Practice, right? One essay. If I take 3 hours, then so you probably need time for practice. That's my personal tip again is set assignments before the actual due date. So if you have a group project, or group projects might be harder to manage because other persons have to cooperate. But for your personal projects, set your own due dates. It due November the 17th, but your due date is November the 10th. You have it done by November the 10th, November the 15th, the 14th. You're just looking over, and you can even submit before then. So when everybody, run up and down and try submit and do that, you focus for one next the one next course, group work now or project or study or you study for mid semester because you're already ahead of the game, right? If there's anything else that you'd like to learn or you're interested in knowing, please let me know. You live and you learn, and I learn a lot. So I'm very much willing and able to depart that knowledge and to tell people to not make the same mistakes that I did, right? And I do feel like there's not a lot of information. There is a lot of information, but not a lot at the same time about you specifically. That's where I go, so that's what I can talk about. But there's not a lot because when I went, a lot of the things that I knew, I learned from other persons. I do hope you enjoy. I have a new intro if you didn't notice. Enjoy. I hope you enjoy it and like, comment, interact, please, and subscribe for more information. Give me a little jazz up, a little woot woot. Make me feel like mega continue do. Yeah, me feel like me for continue do and continue put out and keep pushing. Although even if I'm one person, I watch mega push same way, but the encouragement is greatly appreciated. So,
Education's a feast, I'm
bye
stacking the
bye.
plates.
Thank
Knowledge
you.
like currency, I'm raising the rates. From classroom to dance floors, I open the gates. Blend the wisdom with the wild, no room for debate.